Jeremy,
I'm Ryan.
and we're going to talk about sports, entertainment, and whatever else that comes to mind. So let's dig right into it. Football
Yeah,
frenzy.
pretty
You know,
crazy. Yeah,
um, this is what I want, like MLB to be like. Because I
yeah.
mean, you still got people that aren't signed, but I mean, just the floodgates open
Chaos.
and just everyone signing. I mean, it's tough to keep up. You got people
Oh,
going there, people going here, people. It's like Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
It's
You
been
know,
every day for the last
um,
week, really. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you got people retiring, you got backups going all over the place, like Garoppolo going to Rams,
Rams,
Sam
yeah.
Darnold going to Atlanta.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Kirk
Kirk
Cousins
Cousins going to
also, yeah.
Atlanta.
Keenan
Russell Wilson
Allen,
going to
Bears got a
Pittsburgh.
receiver.
Keenan Allen to Chicago.
It's pretty
We
cool.
still don't
Yeah.
know who's going to throw to him, but
Yeah, it's
that's a
up in the
different
air.
story. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, this is exciting. I mean, I'd rather have this than a long, drawn out 6 months of who's going where type of deal. And so
Oh, yeah.
I wish all the sports were like this. Well, NBA is kind of like this too. I mean, as soon as they can,
Yeah.
sign, they sign. So, but yeah, I mean, just for being off season, I mean, holy smokes. I mean,
Can
just
be a whole new league. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just tough to remember who goes where. You got Saquon, you got Derrick Henry going. I
Yeah.
mean, just
Joe
all
Mixon
over the place. Aaron Jones leaving, Green Bay. Um,
Jacobs going to
yeah,
Green
yeah,
Bay.
yeah. I mean, it's just everyone's just all over the place. So
Yeah.
good for their NFL, and I really like this better than just nothing going on and it just be stagnant and trickling here and there type of deal. So. What
Yeah.
else on the NFL? I mean, you got the draft coming up. I mean, we still don't know what we're doing. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, we've signed a bunch of people, but it's just, you know, I don't know. I still don't really want the Caleb Williams thing just because, I mean,
Never
you
know.
come off your senior, you go from college to NFL right away. I mean, and then
Yeah.
you're just like, are you taking a couple steps back? I mean, should you keep Fields and then let him kind of back up? I mean, because how many quarterbacks are elite as soon as they come out of college?
Very
Uh,
few.
I could
CJ
I could think
Stroud,
of maybe a few, right?
Joe Burrow. Yeah.
Yeah, Burrow, maybe
Shroud.
Stroud, Mahomes. Was he right out?
No, he was a backup to Alex Smith first.
Oh, that's right. So maybe Josh Allen was. I don't know if he, but I mean, look at you go
He
back
kind of got
to like
slow though.
Tom Tom Brady had Drew Bledsoe.
Aaron Rodgers
Um,
had Favre.
yeah. So I mean, all those. It's just almost. I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I mean, it's got to be the organization. You got to have a great system, and it's just. I don't. I think you're setting someone up for failure if you were to put a quarterback from college and then throw him right into the NFL starting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
or at least, if you sign both of them, let them, play out in the preseason, make them win a job, I guess. But I just don't
Yeah.
think that you sign him and then just sign some veteran, backup or whatever. So,
Yeah.
um, but I mean, we kind of talked about this before. To me, him and Fields, I mean, I'd rather have Fields just because he has some experience. You know,
Yeah.
they just, are they both about the same type of player?
Which is
Probably,
tough though, because you
but
go ahead and you trade this pick and he turns out to be an elite quarterback,
yeah, who knows? I mean, he could be. Well,
then
that's
you're
what I'm
that
saying.
team that traded away that first overall pick.
Maybe you keep him, or maybe you pick him, but I just don't think you start him. You
Yeah.
know, you make him sit a year or whatever, unless if you get an injury or something and he has to play. But I mean, you got to learn the NFL. You got to learn the system. I
Yeah.
mean, just
It's just
almost
it's a lot of
impossible
money.
to.
It's a lot
Yeah,
of money to put on the bench.
yeah, but I mean, it's just. But in the long run, is it worth it? You know,
That's the thing. Yeah.
is it a lot of money if he's a bust? You know,
Yeah.
so and then you let a good quarterback go or a somewhat decent quarterback go because you put your money in this one. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I just, I would like some, and then the other thing is that, Fields has had what, three different OCs, two different coaches. Let's get some,
Still
let's
organization
solidify and
problem.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Let's get some concrete people involved and then, see what he
Build a
does.
good foundation.
Again, get him an O line, see what he does. If you give him, like a Keenan Allen and he can't throw the ball to him, then all right, you know what, you know,
It's a
I
lot of
can see it.
slants. Yeah.
Yeah, but so that's where I'm at on that. So, and we kind of talked about that before, but yeah, no, excited. Everyone's just kind of going. Joe Flacco, what, Indianapolis?
Oh, did he?
So yeah,
He's on the
yeah,
Colts?
yeah.
Right
Went to
on.
the Colts. So Mac Jones,
Oh yeah, where did he go? He went
Jacksonville,
to.
right? I think he went to Jacksonville.
Did he go to Jacksonville to back
Yeah,
up?
backup.
Back up T-Law?
So
And Tyrone Smith just went to the Jets. Just
oh,
get a
did he
big
go?
old lineman. Yeah.
Oh, so I guess Wilson's no Wilson for the Jets.
Well, he's an O lineman.
Oh. So who's their quarterback then? Is it still?
A-Rod.
It's still Rogers then.
Yeah, he's still there. I think he's there
Okay.
for like another year or two. Yeah.
Oh, well, I thought he was doing his vice president thing.
I heard about that. No, I don't think so.
Jesus.
He'll be
Um,
playing football.
yeah, focus on some football before you get into
Yeah.
that shit. But anyways, keep the politics out of this. But um, we are speaking of that though. We're gonna do something, and I didn't tell you about this, so it's kind of springing this on you. We're gonna do a segment at the end, and we're gonna
Okay.
kind of call it "Be Better." You got to be better. That's what the segment is.
Oh boy.
So there's going to be people or instances or something that, that had happened, and then that'll go into that category. So,
Okay.
but that we'll do that at the end. I mean, there's obviously there's sports, there's, and then there's also, I mean, entertainment people can be in there too. I mean, I know one that I can think of that I was going to throw in there. So, but yeah, we'll tie that into like the closing segment of it. So just
All right.
it's kind of like who won the week or, you know, hot seat or whatever, some places do. So, anything else for NFL?
No, we'll keep seeing what
Yeah,
happens. Keep seeing
yeah.
who's
I
going
mean,
where, who's getting moved.
jeez. I mean, because I was just looking up to see what the Bears guy I was like, holy shit, Freaking, you know, jeez, and it's
Pretty
not even
crazy.
done. So yeah,
No, not
but
even done.
yeah. I mean, you got the draft coming up. When is the draft?
I don't know.
So
April,
I
May,
mean, yeah, it's got to
sometime
be
around
coming up
there.
soon. So,
I don't know the
um,
exact day.
all right, NBA. What do we got for NBA? You got teams fighting for some positioning.
Oh yeah, it's a huge, huge fight.
So
Top
last
10
time we
teams are all
talked,
fighting in
yeah.
the
So last time
West.
we talked, you were talking about the Lakers having a 7 game road or a 7 game
Shit
streak.
show. Yeah,
Yeah. How did
they
that
actually didn't do that bad.
really? Because we were saying
No, they held
four and
they held
three
their
was
own.
okay, 3-4 was
No, I think they
okay.
went. So what did they do? I think they went. Uh, well, they have the Warriors tomorrow, which is kind of
Yeah.
the last stretch. But as of now, I think they are 3-4, 4-3, one of those two. So you got
And
three,
that's
four
what we.
wins.
That's probably a win for
That's
that.
pretty
For
solid to get out
yeah,
of that
yeah.
that
For
stretch.
those for that
And those
stretch.
losses that they lost were close, except for one.
Yeah, because I
Um,
mean, we said it could have been 0-7 or you
oh
know,
yeah, yeah,
so
they could have got knocked out of playoffs for sure
two and
through that
five or
stretch.
1-6 type of deal. So yeah,
Yeah,
for them to
but
get
apart
three or
from one
four
game,
wins out of that.
they
So,
played good basketball too, which is, I mean, you play good basketball against the toughest teams. That's a good thing.
but what can you not beat Sacramento?
No, no,
Sacramento just they are
completely
they own
dominates us.
they are the Packers of the Bears. They own
Yeah,
you.
they own
I
us.
mean,
They
just
own Anthony
ownage.
Davis.
And
Anthony Davis
Sabonis
has
Sabonis
nothing on
just
him.
owns Anthony
Kills him.
Davis.
Just
Anthony
completely
Davis
kills him.
just looks so soft versus that guy.
I don't know
I
why.
mean,
I don't know why. Because he'll go
I,
up
I
against
just
Giannis. I mean, I guess Joker kind of kills him, but Joker kills everyone. But I don't know why he can't handle Sabonis for. I mean, he's a hell of a player. I know that, but
Yeah, I mean
I
he's a
just
hell
don't
of a
get it.
player, but I mean you should be
But
able to handle him.
I've seen him ball out against Joel Embiid. I've seen him ball. I don't
Yeah,
understand why Sabonis just owns him every single matchup. Can't beat him. 0-10 now.
yeah, just
Uh,
crazy, and he's just pure ownage. Not
And that
even,
Sacramento team is just
yeah.
a terror to face. It's just a horrible matchup for us. They're so fast. They shoot well.
Well, that I
They
mean, they're
play
a scary
quick, good
team for the
defense.
playoffs. I
Yeah,
mean, if they can hit their shots, they could definitely, go pretty far.
they play with so much
Um,
energy and get a lot of
yeah,
contributions. It's just a tough team. It's a bad
but
matchup
I
for
mean,
us.
just Anthony Davis, he should be probably be in that segment of you got to be better because you know
He's
what,
gotta be.
that's just awful, and
Yeah,
he's soft too. Just
yeah.
I
He's
think
dying
it's
against him.
not only just that the points that he's given up, it's just the softness about
Oh
him
yeah,
giving it up.
he's
You
getting killed
know,
on both ends.
yeah, and it's just like, are you really that soft? I mean, you're a 7 foot guy. You're not like a Wemby where you don't have any weight on you or anything. You got some size, but I mean, you just look like,
Well, the thing is like he's one of the more dominant players in the league too, in terms of using his physical size. But against
yeah.
Sabonis, he just cannot handle it. I don't know why.
Is it because they're too fast and he can't keep up, or
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Sabonis
It's
isn't
just
too fast.
no.
He's
I mean,
just powerful. I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know what
I
the
mean,
problem
it took
is.
him forever to go up and down the court, and he still ran right
Yeah.
over him. So it's just like,
He just kills him in all areas, in all fashion. He out rebounds him, he out hustles him, everything. I don't know what it
yeah.
is.
So I mean,
It's weird.
Kings got to hope that they play the Lakers in the playoffs. um,
Oh god, yeah. I can't imagine between them and the Nuggets are just the two nightmare matchups for us that I
yeah.
can see in the playoffs. Those are the only two I just hope never to see.
So who's but Celtics?
Celtics, yep, they're number one. Still number one
Yeah,
in the league.
yeah,
They still own the East. They'll walk out with the
yeah,
best
yeah.
record in the league. And then there's
I
still the
still think it's
Bucks.
got to go through Denver, though. Don't you think?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah.
yeah,
They've won five straight now. They
yeah,
they play the best defense in the league. They shoot lights out. Yeah, and they
yeah.
still have
I
those
think
two running the
I think
show. Yeah,
no matter what, who comes from the East or who goes, the West, it's you still got to go through Denver. It's just
yeah.
no way out of it. I mean,
Whoever
you
beats
know,
Denver probably will win it all. And that,
yeah,
I mean, obviously that goes for the East if you beat Denver in the
yeah, yeah,
finals. But in the West, if you can beat Denver, I like your chances probably.
yeah. That's true. What
Yeah,
else
they're tough.
NBA? I mean, how many more games left for the regular season?
There's
The
not
Warriors
many.
are
I
kind of
think.
like holding on by like a sliver,
Oh,
right?
well, Steph comes back tomorrow, but they went through a
Yeah,
bad slide at a bad time.
yeah,
So they're only like a game back of the Lakers, so they're not that bad. But um, Steph comes back tomorrow. Thank God for
yeah.
them.
But both those teams need to win that game tomorrow. So
Oh yeah,
you know,
it's a full blown
so
playoff game for sure.
yeah, yeah. That's what
Uh,
LeBron was saying. I think that was it. LeBron or Steph? One
I
of
think it
them
was
was saying
Darvin
that.
Ham said it.
Oh, is that who it was? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
in that definitely playoff atmosphere.
yeah.
So
It's all or nothing. You need to win that game.
yeah,
Um,
so we got to be coming down to the end, right? I mean,
yeah, I think there's only like 10, 15 games left. I don't think there's many.
yeah, okay.
Um, but we're
So
wrapping
I
it
mean,
up, and it's getting tight.
yeah. So we'll see how that goes. See what happens. But anything else NBA?
No, that's
You got
it. Just wrapping up the season.
NCAA. You got March Madness. You got the tournament
Yeah,
starting or kind of going now. Some of the tournaments are already over. Um,
yeah.
you got
But the official
Selection
tournament
Sunday will
starts
be.
next month.
I think
No,
it'll
next week.
start next week. Yeah, because
I think
Selection
it's next week.
Sunday.
Like
Sunday
next
will be the
Thursday,
selection. So
next
yeah,
Wednesday and Thursday or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, so the women's tournament.
Hmm.
So Iowa went in the Big Ten. Huge comeback versus Nebraska.
Right.
Down 8 points with 2 minutes left. And I think the ESPN percentage was 1% for them to win that game.
Really.
And they came back and won the game. So, um, so yeah, Caitlin Clark, I mean, she only scored, what, 4 points in the first half, but then she ended up with 34 points.
She's
for the
crazy.
game.
Yeah.
So, um, but even Kate Martin, she only scored. I think she was scoreless, and then she ended up having like 14 points. So I mean,
Mm.
but the women's basketball, it's just what Caitlin Clark has done, and we've talked about this before. And I'm on that bandwagon because I could name 12 to 15 uh, women's basketball players.
I can't name a
I
single man.
probably I couldn't probably
Brawny.
name I couldn't probably name five. Yeah, between Bronny and Edie from Purdue.
Oh yeah.
I mean, other than that, I probably
I don't know
I
besides
don't
who.
know. Yeah. So
No.
what does that say about what Caitlin Clark or what the women's product has done for the women's game? You
Yeah.
know, it's just astonishing. Of you know, you got Juju Watkins out of USC. I mean, she averaged more points than Caitlin Clark did her freshman year. So is
Yeah.
she going to be the next one to break the record? Who knows? You got Camila Cardoza out of South Carolina, who's just a beast. I mean, she's
Yeah.
6'7". You know,
Yeah. She's
um,
huge.
and did you watch that game at all? Did you see any of the LSU
No, I saw
South
the
Carolina?
the fight and everything that broke out and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some people that I'm going to put in that you got to be better segment in the end, but there's definitely Don Staley was. I mean, I get that it's competitive. You're in the heat of the moment. You're fighting for the SEC title, but you
Yeah.
never want to see that, though, right? You never want to
No, it
see
looked like a
a
pretty
fight.
pretty good brawl.
You, yeah, and especially with with what women are doing right now with the game, that's probably the
Yeah.
last thing you want to see because you got little girls there, you got all these fans, you got a sellout crowd, it's on national TV. That's probably the last thing you want to do. But kudos to Dawn Staley. She was like, hey, competitive game is a fight, but I apologize. We apologize for it shouldn't have happened. That's a bad look. Kim Mulkey, on the other hand,
I
not
did
so
see what she
much.
said. Yeah.
So I'm going to save that because there's a couple people that I'm going to talk about at the end. But
Okay.
yeah, but I mean, um, going back to like Iowa, Caitlin Clark. I mean, what 3.4 million for that Ohio State and Iowa game at their last game of the season? Number
Watched
one
the game.
versus what? Yeah, and then Iowa for the Nebraska for the Big Ten championship game was over 3 million again. So packed out crowds,
Yeah.
sellout crowds, and those weren't even that was in what Minnesota. So it's not like that's Iowa and Nebraska going up to like Minnesota. So I mean
Yeah.
kudos to them for just what the women are doing, and I mean it's just not Caitlin Clark. I mean obviously she's the poster child of it. But I mean,
Yeah.
what the women are doing in basketball, just phenomenal. Kudos
It's
to
pretty
them.
cool. Yeah, she's a
So,
baller. They're all ballers.
for like a guy, I mean, for us not to be able to name five men's college players, but you could
I
name
couldn't tell you
15,
who.
20, women's players,
No,
that's
I
just,
couldn't tell you who the top five
that's
projections
crazy.
are for the men for ML
Yeah,
for the
I
NBA
have no clue,
draft next year.
you know.
I have no
Yeah.
idea.
But I mean, just, and it's just they
And
got
we run a sports
you got
podcast, and I don't know.
yeah. I mean, and I was trying to look it up the other day, and I'm like, I don't know anyone from there. I don't know that Duke, North Carolina. I mean, usually you got some names popping out of there, or Kansas, or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, Bronny and Edie. Those are the two guys that came to my head. I was like, geez,
Yeah.
that's all I got. And then I started naming off women's, and I'm like, oh man, holy
There's like
shit.
DJ Rodman.
So.
I know him, but I only know him because of his sister. So
But yeah, it's kind of like the women's soccer. I mean, do you know more women's soccer versus men's soccer?
no, I
You
don't.
know
I
more.
well, I
You
know
okay?
all the women's team, but I know all the men's team too.
See, I would probably again, I would know more of the women's than I would do of the men's because I watch the women's soccer more than the men's soccer. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, just phenomenal. So,
Speaking
um,
of which, did you watch the women's tournament, the CONCACAF
no, I did
Gold Cup?
not. I did not watch it.
Who's
Um,
shooting?
So yeah, so both tournaments are going. Um, Nevada out of it last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they lost to CSU, Colorado State,
Oh, that's
and
not
they were
good.
favored by 3.5.
Yeah,
But I mean, they
they're
should
big.
still get in because I mean, they were what 26-6, so that'll put them 26-7.
Yeah, we had a
So I
good
mean,
year.
they should still get probably a 10 seed, 8 or 10 seed somewhere. So,
Okay.
and they were ranked 23rd in the top 25. So before that game,
Right.
um,
Yeah.
but I mean, they had some top 25 wins. Utah State, San Diego State,
San
New
Diego, yeah.
Mexico, I think was in there. So, but yeah, they should get in. But yeah, I mean, you hate to lose your first game, but
Yeah,
Colorado
it's not
State though,
great.
I mean, in
Colorado State's got to
season,
be high.
I think they split because yeah, they were like 23-9 or something like that. So they had like three less wins. But like in season, like their last game they played, Nevada threw up a half court shot to win it at the buzzer. So
Oh, I do remember seeing that. I saw
so
that all
Colorado
over.
could have went,
Yeah,
they could have, it's definitely a close team. So yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, this is the exciting time for the college basketball. You got the buzzer beaters and just going back and forth. So it's yeah, March Madness. This is where a lot of work doesn't get done because March Madness is going on. So
Pretty much. Everyone's doing brackets, watching games on the
yeah,
side.
yeah, the whole bracketology stuff and you
Yeah,
know, so good for them though. But yeah, kudos to the women. Just just phenomenal for what they do and the product that they're putting on. So again, it's a little more skill because they're not dunking, right? So I mean, they're just not going up and down dunking. I mean, you have to shoot, you know.
well, is that
So
more skill though? It could be argued that's less skilled.
you think
Others would argue that.
I you don't think a mid-range jumper or a three-point jumper is tougher than a dunk?
No, I don't think
What?
that's tougher than a dunk. We could do that. We could shoot. We've made jump shots. We've never dunked.
No, but I'm
I think just
saying,
in general, just characterizing what's more
yeah, but I
difficult,
don't
dunking or
know.
shooting. No, I think dunking is definitely more difficult than shooting.
Really?
Yeah, you have to be huge to dunk most of the time.
I don't know.
It's an interesting debate topic,
Yeah,
but
yeah, we'll have to throw something up on the community page on that one to see about which would be tougher.
I'm
Um,
not taking anything away from the women. What the women do is still
yeah,
incredible.
yeah,
I'm just
it's
strictly
just
saying what's tougher, dunking or
what they've
shooting. I don't know.
done nationally and just
Yeah, of
television wise and all that and
course.
just yeah, phenomenal. So
Playing good basketball. Yeah,
MLB, what do we got for MLB? So
nothing
JD
really.
Davis,
Yeah, that's
do
crazy. So we
you
put him
like
on
that
waivers to
move?
try to speed
Was
up.
that a shady move? What
It
was
was
that move?
shady.
You
We
had
put
too
him on
many infielders. We
waivers
kind
to
of talked
speed up the
about
trade
that last
process.
time, but
Yeah,
I, I
and
don't
I
like
said we were
that.
probably
I
going to
thought
trade
that
him.
was Bush League.
I don't know
Yeah,
how we
because
don't trade him.
we both kind of thought it was like you had way too many infielders, right? Especially
Yeah,
after you got Chapman the last time we
yeah, and I
talked to
figured he'd
us.
get
Like,
traded.
okay, someone's going to be out, but
How do we cut
we
him
thought
though? I don't
maybe
understand how you
Davis would
cut him.
be, you know, Davis could you be your backup, DH when Solaire's out, or if Solaire's playing right or something. I mean, Solaire's not always healthy, so I mean, you're going to need another DH sometimes. But I mean, just a definitely Bush League for the Giants.
Yeah,
Um,
and this isn't
I,
the
I,
first instance that this something like this has happened now too. So now we're talking about Brandon Crawford. Twice they kind of did him dirty because they were
yeah,
talking to Carlos Correa, didn't talk to Brandon Crawford about it, and then
yeah,
we just cut him loose and didn't offer
and
to
I think
re-sign.
Crawford. I thought I saw. I didn't read it, but I thought I saw something. Crawford kind of commented about, you know,
Yeah,
that type of,
he pretty
so
much said I wanted to come back, others didn't feel the same way. And then that was that.
yeah,
And I think that's not a great look for an organization when you're talking about your all-time shortstop, the best
That's
shortstop that
not a
you've
good
ever
look.
had.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's not. And then you're kind of just ghosting JD Davis and then just cut him loose.
yeah.
I mean, it's a
I mean,
business thing. For JD Davis, it's
it,
different. It's a business thing.
it is
You
a
know how it
business thing,
is.
but it's not like he's a rookie. I mean, he's got
No,
some tenure. He
and
deserves
he
a
played
little
well,
better than that.
and he played
You
well
know.
for us last year too.
Well, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. It was like I didn't understand why they did J.D. Davis. It was like there could have been probably some other guys that they probably could have, cut
Well,
bait
no, I
on.
knew they were
But I
going to trade
mean,
JD Davis. Like I knew JD Davis was going to stick around because you can't really throw him anywhere else. He's pretty much only playing third base. Could play a little first base, but not really.
yeah.
So I knew he was going to get cut loose. But I figured he
I
would
just
get traded.
I
Not,
just think at some point you guys are going to be like, shit, wish we had J.D. Davis right now. You
I
know,
don't think we'll regret the decision. I just don't understand why we couldn't get something for the decision.
you know. But just I don't know. I mean, he was surprised, right? I mean, he knew nothing about
Well,
it.
apparently we didn't really know anything about us going after Matt Chapman. And then we lowballed him in arbitration rather than just paying him the money.
Well,
And
arbitration's
then,
never good because you're always telling the player why he's not good enough for the money that he deserves. So
well, we
arbitration's
lowballed him
never
before
good.
and then we took it to
Yeah,
arbitration, yeah.
yeah.
And then obviously we cut him loose. Now, the waivers thing, I was like, okay, that's just to speed up the trade process. But then he went through waivers, and so he just got cut.
Yeah. So now he's just out there. I think I saw like Mets maybe
No,
again.
he's
So,
on the A's.
oh, did he sign with the A's?
Same with the A's for 2.5 mil. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I
well,
guess that tells you about the market.
that's just
Nobody wants a third
well.
baseman.
I was gonna talk about that, but that's a rental move until July because then they can flip him and at the trade deadline and try to get something for him. Probably what you guys should have done, but
So I
um,
don't understand.
yeah,
But
A's
I
are a
guess
little
you can't
smarter
get a
maybe.
whole lot for it if you can't play him. So,
Um, so yeah, the market. I mean, we went through this with Belly. Obviously, the money and the money and the years were only there for Shohei, right? Everyone
yeah,
else, I mean, you're getting a
Shohei and
short-term
Yamamoto.
deal, and
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, so Belly got a short-term deal. So what about Snell and Montgomery? I mean, you're to the point where there's 2 weeks left.
yeah,
Um, and then
sort of
there's some
like less than
injuries
that.
too. So I mean, Sonny Gray's out for a little
GC.
while. Garrett Cole, I mean, that's a
Yeah,
big one. You know, but I saw Snell was talking to the Astros, I guess now.
yeah. I
But
guess
I
now they're
mean,
big on him. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, is it a 1 year deal that these guys are going to have to take and then have to get back into free agency next year? You
I
know,
mean, if you want to play, yeah, kind of how
I
it's
mean,
gonna go.
I don't think that the years and dollars are there, obviously, or otherwise it would have been done before that, right?
Had to, yeah.
So, so I mean, if you're going to get a 1 year, $30 million deal, I guess that's what you're getting.
I
You're
just don't
not getting
understand why a team wouldn't want to do that too. Just do it.
that's what I
What's the
don't
holdup?
understand.
Is it a team or is
You know,
it the
like,
player that doesn't want to take a 1 year deal? I don't understand.
well, I think it's the player, but I mean, as a player, you got to see what the market is. And Boris, you got to tell your client, hey, this is what the market is right now. It's
Well,
either
he's done it with Cody and
you
Chapman.
wait or you take a short-term deal, you know.
Yeah,
Um, but I mean, there's definitely, I mean, teams that need pitching. I mean, we need pitching. I mean, we got
we do
Tyone
too.
out, and everyone needs pitching. There's probably not a team that doesn't need pitching, but
No.
yeah, for you not to, I mean, most of these teams would probably take a 1 year deal, right? As a team,
Oh my God, yeah. I would take it in a heartbeat.
yeah, yeah. I
But I
mean,
don't think we want to do it.
no one wants to be locked in for a 6 year, $210 million, contract. I'd rather. I mean, we got young kids coming up. I'd be okay with a 1 year for 30, you know, or even if it's 2 year and you give them an opt out after the 1 year type of deal. So I mean, it's the same thing pretty much. But I mean,
Every day of the week,
yeah. But
yeah.
I mean, but for these guys though, you got to get signed. You got 2 weeks, and I mean, now you're kind of pushing into April, May, so to speak, about getting back into,
Yeah.
playing. So,
And that's
but who knows?
if they don't join the Padres or is it the Dodgers? I mean, I don't imagine they'll go to the Dodgers, but if one of those guys
Yeah,
end up going to the Padres, you have a week and a half
yeah,
because you're going to Korea.
yeah, yeah. So, I
Now,
mean,
they wouldn't play in
yeah.
Korea anyways, but that's when your season's going. You're going right into it.
Yeah, but I mean,
So,
like right now, pitchers are probably going, they're probably getting close to 5 innings, probably around, probably getting close
yeah,
probably within the
because
3 to 5 innings,
I think Glass now just shut us out with like 7 Ks and five and a third, and
Yeah, so
Shohei
he's,
hit two home runs.
yeah,
Yeah,
well, of course,
that was a great little preview for what's going to happen to us during the season.
of course. Yeah, enjoy that for, what is it,
Yeah,
13 games? Well, at least it's not 17 games like it was before. Now it's only 13,
19.
so,
Yeah, now it's
yeah,
only yeah. Thank God,
yeah,
but
so,
still,
but yeah, I mean, and then, I think that's still, so what about the B players, or not B players, but maybe not the, high dollar players?
well, there's still like a JD
Where
Martinez
those
out
guys
there.
are?
Yeah,
Well,
Lorenzen's
yeah,
still
that's what I'm
out
saying.
there.
JD Martinez, Lorenzen, there's other pitchers, there's other hitters out there.
I think Granke's still
Why
even
aren't
out there.
why aren't these guys signing? It's just
I don't
like,
know.
what are you guys waiting on? You know,
I don't know.
is is a JD Martinez? It was 14 mil going to be the number that you're going to get, and
That's
you
what
should have
I'm
taken
saying.
it,
That's why everyone's
or
making that shitty report saying that we lowballed him. No, we didn't. We're not giving a
maybe,
38-year-old 20 mil.
yeah, maybe not. Maybe, I mean, maybe that was a fair market value. Now, I mean,
Yeah.
if no one else is giving him 14 now. Is teams going at like 10 million? You know,
Well, I don't think anyone else is giving him 20 million. So I don't know. I think that's what they're looking for, or that's what he was looking for with the Giants, I guess. He was looking for 20 mil. And they said no. And then
Ugh.
pivoted to Soler.
And you gave him 16. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And he's younger. And we have control over him for longer.
yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, some of these, I don't know if it's on the team side or the player side, but what either one of the sides are going to have to cave
Yeah, I think
at
it's a
some
bit
point.
both. So you got to compromise here.
It's yeah. If the teams are willing to do shorter terms, sign the shorter term. At least get on the
Yeah.
field. But yeah. So yeah, a couple more weeks until baseball. So it's kind of down to that point. Injuries will start popping up right now, so you kind of hoping that everyone's kind of careful. But yeah, kind
Yep.
of get through spring training, kind of get your at bats in. Probably some positions still kind of people fighting for a couple spots here and there.
Yeah, you're probably
So
going through your last little round here.
yeah,
See if you're
yeah.
going to make your
So
option
um,
or cut.
so what? Anything else baseball wise?
Dylan Cease,
Pa- oh,
big
Padres.
trade. Dylan
Yeah,
Cease. Yeah,
yeah. Were you
unfortunately, went to
surprised
the
about that?
Padres.
I was surprised about the Padres.
Me too. But I think they did
So
it
yeah, I
because he's
mean,
not
I
making
mean,
that much money right now, right? I think he's
no.
fairly cheap
But
as he is.
you got Darvish, you got Musgrove, you got, now you got Cease. I mean, you lost Snell, but I mean, you gained Cease. That's
Oh,
still not a bad team. Yeah,
they'll be
that's still
fighting for
that's
third
still not a
place.
bad team.
It'd still be a
So,
big fight for third place.
um,
Really, it's a fight for second place, and then we'll be fighting for third place, third and fourth.
yeah, yeah.
Because I could definitely
Good thing you
see
got,
the Dodgers and Padres being 1 and 2, and then
yeah,
us
Arizona.
and the D-backs fighting for 3, or D-backs fighting for 2. I
I
see
could see
those three
D-backs
teams being a
and
level
Padres.
above where we are, and then there's going to
Oh
be a
yeah,
fight for third. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a good thing you got the Rockies in your division. So, um,
But even the Rockies were tough for us last year, though, man. That's a young team. Thank God they can't pitch, but that's a young team that can hit. They can hit a lot too.
so speaking of Rockies, so what does that organization do for pitching? Do you try to
It's
get
so tough,
high price pitching starters, or do you do
but they don't want to
bullpen
go there.
pitching? Well,
The
that's the
issue is
thing.
you
No
don't
one
want
wants to go
nobody
there,
wants to
right?
go there because you're
You know,
giving up
other
tanks.
than
Your
like
ERA gets inflated.
Mike Hampton signing a 10-year deal, but I mean, but
Yeah,
yeah, you can't get a starting pitcher to go there. So what does that team do? I mean, other than get a bunch of mid-level pitchers, or do you get a bunch of high value relievers that can go 2, 3 innings and
just bank on your
do
bullpen.
bullpen games? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You got to
I don't
figure
think you do
something out,
bullpen
though,
games.
right?
It just that'll kill your bullpen. But you gotta figure out something because they've had bad pitching for going on 10 plus years now.
Yeah, well, that's the
That's
thing.
been
I
their
mean, it's
problem.
like you got to figure it out, right? I mean,
I mean, it
you're
was a
signing
problem
all these
when
players.
Tulo and Helton were
Yeah,
there. It was a problem when Cargo was there.
it's
Now
always
they
been
have
a
Nolan
problem.
Jones and those other guys, and it's still a problem.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
you need to figure out the pitching. Matt Holliday was there. They still when they were in the World Series, they didn't have good pitching still. So I don't know. The last good
yeah,
pitcher I
just because
remember
they could
from there is
out
like
hit everyone. But Mike
yeah,
Hampton was the only one that I know of that was any tenure or long term.
yeah.
But I mean, yeah, they got to figure out some pitching. It's just you can't. I don't know, but what else? Anything else MLB wise? Is that it?
No, I think
Or
that's pretty much it though.
we can run down division. We'll do that on the next one once the season, all the teams get set and all that. We'll kind of go through what our projections are, um,
Yeah.
who's the winners, and then who's going to be losers. Um, but yeah, NHL, they got to be winding down too, so they got to be
Yep.
starting
They're coming to a
their
close. Yep.
playoffs here pretty soon too. So, I'm not a huge regular season NHL fan, not until
Now we're playoff
playoffs,
hockeys.
pretty much.
We're bandwagon
Yeah,
playoff hockey
yeah,
watchers
yeah,
for sure.
absolutely. So,
There's not many better
um,
playoff sports than playoff hockey.
oh yeah,
Playoff
yeah.
hockey's
I
pretty
mean,
crazy.
that's just action. It's just yeah, no, I love
Yeah.
playoff hockey. So, um, what else? Sports, golf. What do we got for golf?
Golf. Players Championship this weekend.
Players Championship. You
Arnold
got what?
last
Wyndham
weekend.
Clark right now.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Going crazy.
Arnold. Yeah,
Doing a
we were giving
low
shit.
round.
We were giving shit about Scotty not being able to putt, and then what's he do
And
now?
then the
Learns
guy
how to
turned into
putt.
a machine. Yeah. He's putting good. He's putting okay this weekend too. He hurt his neck though today.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw that. And so he
he
switched to
hurt
the
his neck,
spider, and now he's doing the spider and dropping
and
putts.
now he's
So,
just bank rolling everything. That's a real scary, really scary though.
oh, if he can nail
That's
putts,
really
good
scary. Yeah,
God,
because there's not gonna be. You're gonna need people to throw down 65s all the time, like Winnie Clark, in order to
yeah,
beat that
that's
guy.
just,
Because
oh.
even with a bad neck, Scotty's still tied third right now. So that's not good.
But what about the tournaments? Like now, like should they be that low? Should they be the scores be that low?
What, like 12 under or 14 under, like it is right
Yeah,
now?
12 under, 13 under, going into Saturday and Sunday. You know,
I don't know. But it's also, I mean, conditions could change. Tomorrow could be a shit show for all we know. The weekend could be a
yeah,
mess.
that's true. I mean, it does change daily, I
It's
guess.
been
So
it's been fairly favorable these last 2 days because it's been soft greens, but rolling pretty firm, pretty smooth.
I
So it's
just
not been
wonder,
too
like
bad.
some of these scores where at the end of the tournament you're like 24 under or something like that. Is like, all
Yeah.
right, is that too easy or is that
As long as it's
what's
like competitive, as
what's
long as
going
it's
on?
competitive field, as long as it's not like Tiger going out there winning by 10 strokes or something, then
Yeah,
I think you're okay.
but what did Scheffler win last week by?
Five. But
You know,
yeah, no, that was different though because he just got hot. It wasn't like the
but
conditions
yeah.
were too easy. He just ended up rolling everything too, and then that was it for everyone. There was nothing anyone could do.
What about Rory? Rory, he kind of, I don't want to say he needs a win, but I'd like to see him win something soon, you
He's
know.
playing well. He's playing okay this weekend.
So,
He had a weird round, weird round. I think he shot like one under or something like that. But he had like five bogeys, six birdies. It was just weird. It was a weird, weird round.
Uh, that's a colorful scorecard.
Yeah,
Um,
he's kind of just shooting the ball all over the place, but he's still scoring okay. So I don't know.
what about the hazard where it goes OB and then he's kind of with him and Victor and Jordan?
Yeah, I was
There's a
watching that.
little hazard
I
gate, I
saw
guess
that.
you call it, or whatever, or drop
Yeah.
gate.
I
You
think
know,
people made it way more dramatic than it was because when I was watching on TV, it just really sounded like three guys talking to an official trying to make sure that the drop was right.
and I don't think like I mean you wouldn't think Rory's going to try to advance it 20 yards further than it
No,
was or anything like that. I mean,
no.
and I didn't hear any like tension between like Jordan or Victor saying, "Oh, hey, that should be 50 yards back this
No, that's
way,"
what
or
people were saying, but I was watching it.
it's
I
like,
didn't hear any of
yeah,
them. Jordan was kind of like, I'm not really sure. I couldn't see, but I think that's probably just fine. And
yeah.
then Victor
I mean,
Hovland was kind of just like, I didn't see it either. I mean, I thought it was going here, but it could be there too. It seemed like a
I
very normal conversation.
Yeah, I think if you get the three together and you guys all say, hey, we're good with right there or whatever, then you're good. But I mean, I wouldn't think
No,
Rory would be the type of person that would, again, oh, it was up, 70 yards. You guys are, killing me, that type of deal. So,
yeah,
but
I think, I don't know. I mean, the crazy thing is that there's a blind spot there. How do you have a blind spot on one of the biggest tournaments in golf?
well, yeah, it
I mean, I
was.
get it because
How
where
do you
the
not
hole
have?
is, but
Yeah, but how do you not have people over there though? There's got to be some
well,
PGA officials or volunteers or something, right?
I don't. I mean, you really can't because it's tough because it's that hole where there's just a huge sand trap and then it just falls off into the water. There's like a
Yeah.
little patch of grass and it falls off the water. Can't really have people there because then it's just in the player's sights and then they're kind of hitting over you. Um, and it's tough, but
And you
how is
can't
there
see
not
on
like
TV
some kind of
either.
camera or something? No, there's no
Well,
cameras over on
that's
that
what I'm
side. They're
saying.
on the other side. So that I don't
Mm,
understand though. Like you can't put in some kind of camera in the grass. So we don't have this kind of issue. I don't know. It
yeah.
makes it weird
I just
to
think
me.
you gotta just have some type of rules official over on the. I mean, if they're kneeling down or whatever, but you gotta have someone over there if that's if it's gonna be an
Yeah,
issue, or if it's gonna cause an issue, you gotta put someone at least over there. You
yeah,
maybe obviously maybe make them stand still when they're teeing off or whatever, but you know,
yeah. I don't
um,
know.
but yeah. Live, you got Liv. The Anthony Kim thing. I just, I don't know. I'm not
Is he
on
playing
that
again?
bandwidth. I think this one was a cut, and I don't think he made the cut on this one.
Oh, really?
So,
How do you
yeah.
have a cut in three
Um,
rounds?
I don't know. I don't think you play the third day. I thought I saw that. Yeah.
I hate that 3 round stuff.
Um, no, I mean, we kind of talked about this before. I would like it to be 4 rounds. Um, Paul Azinger. Did you see his comment?
Yeah, Zinger. Zinger saying some pretty
Wow.
outrageous stuff. Yeah,
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
pretty out of
I
pocket.
saw
Yeah.
that and I was like,
The PGA
but
Tour is the qualifier. That's
I
crazy.
didn't see a ton of backlash from that though. You know,
Maybe
I
because
didn't
of
hear
Zing.
like I didn't hear like Brandel Chambly popping off and Stephen A. Smith kind of I didn't hear any of those guys you know saying hey whoa wait a minute, or I didn't even hear any of the players like were they not asked about it about hey what do you think about Paul Azinger
Uh,
saying that you guys are the qualifier
yeah, I don't know. I thought I might have saw something that someone said, but maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just
but
a crazy thing to say. Crazy thing to say coming from an ex-tour player too, a good tour player too.
tour player and a ex analyst too. I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, is he wrong?
Uh, yes and no. I see where he's getting at. It's a qualifier to see what Live will offer you for generational kind of wealth. I see it in that aspect, but the tour is still the pinnacle of golf. at this very moment in time in
But
terms
do they
of
have the pinnacle
golf.
players?
Golf. Yes, still do. There's only three players, really, four, maybe five, I'll say, that should be on tour and would be competing on tour consistently. I can affirmatively say,
I
as
just
of right now.
started. I just started the what's the series? Um the golf series on Netflix, Full
Oh, Full
Swing.
Swing?
So yeah, I started that last week. So I'm
I
kind
haven't
of
watched
into
the new
the
season yet.
yeah. I haven't. I'm into the first season. I think I'm into
It's
like
pretty good.
episode 4 or something like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, you watch that and you kind of understand why some of those guys go to live.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because like the Ian Poulters, if you're spending all this money
Absolutely.
and you're not making the cut, and someone's going to guarantee you money, you
Yeah,
know,
no, for sure. For sure.
you absolutely, take the money because the amount of money that you're spending for the flights, hotel, all the travel and all that, and then you're not getting anything because you don't make the cut. I mean, it's a total
Yeah, for
business
sure.
loss, right? I mean, you got to
For
treat it
sure.
as a business. And so it's definitely a
Yeah.
business decision. So, I mean, if you're not making money, why put more money into it? That type of
No,
deal.
yeah.
So it was interesting to, on
And
that
I've said that
aspect,
before.
I was
Yeah,
like,
I've said that
oh,
before.
okay,
Like,
wow, I,
you
you
go,
know,
you take the money. That's incredible amounts of money that it's hard to deny.
yeah,
I have no problem with
especially
that.
if you're not winning,
Especially if you're not a top tier player right now. Yeah, I have no
yeah,
problem with
yeah,
that. I have a problem with you complaining about not being able to play in PGA Tour events. That's what I have a problem with.
yeah. But what about what about the whole the merger thing and the whole, you know, Monahan said something, or like, didn't Rory? One of them said that something's going to happen soon. Oh, Bryson said too. He said something was coming
Yeah.
happening within like a month or something. Like something's going down.
Yeah, but they said
You
that back
know,
in December too.
but yeah, I know. But I think they got to get this thing finalized and done,
Yeah.
whatever it's going to be. I don't think you can just leave this out in the open for another season. You
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I mean, I sent you that article about Rory. Did you see
Oh,
that
that
today?
that little theory thing
Yeah,
saying that he's
that,
gonna join for like 700 mil or whatever it was.
yeah. But I mean, if they
Yeah.
merge, why wouldn't you join if it's all going to be
Well, that's
one
the
at some
thing. Is
point,
it
right? I
going to be
mean,
one thing, or is it going to be they're being funded the same way, but it's still going to be Live PGA, or and then there's going to be some crossing? I don't know. That's what I don't know. But that's what I was when I first heard about the merger. That was my question. Why isn't everyone just going to Live then and getting the
yeah,
money? Because you're going to end up
take that
merging to the
money and
PGA
go.
anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I don't
So,
know. I don't know the details of
and
how the merge
and a lot
works.
of those guys aren't like Victor Hovland. He was like, we still don't trust, Monahan and
Shoffley,
Shoffley. I
yeah,
mean, he's on that same boat. So, I
yeah,
mean, to kind of what Azen, what Paul was saying about, hey, it's kind of the stepping stone or the qualifier. It's like I can see what he's saying, you know,
I get what he's saying, but I think he's wrong still in terms of
but
best
I
tournaments, best
appreciate
competition.
I appreciate him saying it versus
Yeah,
someone who hasn't played golf or
yeah,
hasn't been on the tour or hasn't been successful on the tour instead
yeah.
of just some analyst popping off because you have a platform.
Or rather than the
So,
guy that we talked about last episode. Who was that? Who was the one that was
oh, it
from
was
Live saying that Rory
um
should get an asterisk?
Was it Cameron? No,
No, it wasn't Cameron. It was
no. Who was that?
I can't
Oh,
remember who it was.
yeah. I can picture him, but I can't. I don't remember his name. So,
Can't
all
remember his
right.
name either. But
So yeah. I mean, what about Tiger? What's he gonna do? I mean, you got. I mean, today's the
you
16th,
have a month
so you
until
got
the
maybe.
Masters.
So what is that though? Maybe two or three more tournaments before the Masters?
I think it's yeah,
I
two.
mean,
I think it's two.
two probably. So are you gonna
Well,
play a
he's
tournament
playing in
or?
one of those. He's playing in one of those like
They already did
Pro-Am
that, I think,
things.
last week. Yeah,
Did
at
he?
Seminole.
Yeah, he played in
Yeah,
he did
he
play in
did
that.
that
Yeah, the
last
Seminole
week.
thing.
Yeah, and then it was like everyone was like, "Oh, he was walking around. He didn't take a cart. He looked good." Okay, but that's a
Really?
pro am, and I mean that's not
Yeah.
tournament golf.
Yeah, you got to play in the tournament. He's got to
You
play
need to
in a tournament.
be.
I thought he was going to play
Yeah,
at the Players
I thought he would have played at Bay Hill. You know,
or Bay Hill. Yeah, yeah,
at
played
least
at
Bay
one of
Hill,
those.
right?
Yeah,
But I mean,
because I think these
yeah.
courses are also fairly like flat too. There's not a whole
Well,
lot of angulation and
they're
stuff like that.
in Florida, so I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
it's close
um,
to home, so yeah,
yeah.
I am surprised that he hasn't played in one of these.
But I mean,
Not sure what he's waiting for.
if he's just thinking that he's going to come out to the Masters and just ball out,
He's gonna sneak it up.
uh,
They're gonna chew.
I'm
It's gonna
not.
chew him alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think he'd even make the cut. I would I
No,
would bet
I don't
money
think
that
so
he
either.
wouldn't make the cut than more than he would make the cut. I'm more confident
Oh
that he
yeah,
wouldn't make the cut. So,
yeah. He was flirting
um,
with the cut at Riv.
yeah,
There's no
yeah.
way he's
I
going
mean,
to make the cut at
if you
Mass.
can't make it at Riv, so I mean, how are you going to make it at Masters? You
Yeah, it was
know.
going to be close at Riv. So
So, but
I don't know.
yeah,
He's got to
I
play at one.
mean,
He's got to play something before then, though. That's going to be
yeah, playing at Seminole is not. That's not going to cut it.
no.
You know.
Yeah.
So, do you see Grant Horvat saying that right now he's playing pretty good and that he thinks that he could make a cut?
I didn't see that, but I could believe that.
Do you? So I
Yeah, I
posted
think
that. I
anybody
made a
can
video of it.
make a cut. Yeah,
Oh,
not
what?
anybody, but like good, really good golfers who
Um,
play at you know
so I
invitationals could
posted that and I made
make
a
a cut.
video, and dude, 99% of the comments were like, absolutely no way.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I
not.
think there's
I
a
mean,
greater chance of him not.
I thought there would have been more, hey, 50-50 maybe, but there were a lot of people were like, dude, you're not even close to a professional, you
No,
know.
he's not. But I think it's. I mean, you never know. He could go out there and shoot a 64.
But if
Maybe
you
that's good
can't
enough.
make a Monday qualifier,
Then you're not making a cut. No,
then yeah, exactly. So I mean,
probably
you
not.
got to be, yeah.
But
Um, and then what
never know.
about? All right, here's one. It's kind of entertainment slash golf. So if you go to Top Golf or Golf Shack or whatever it is, do you
I
bring your
saw this
own
video.
clubs?
No,
You don't
the
bring your
Top
own
Golf,
clubs.
the
Yeah,
Top Golf. No,
yeah,
I wouldn't bring my own
dude.
clubs.
That's what I thought.
But
There
I
are a
know
lot
that
of
there's a lot of
people.
people that would.
Holy smokes! I mean, I did not. I thought everyone would. I thought at least like probably 90% people would say, no, don't be that guy. Don't be a douchebag. Blah blah blah. But dude, everyone is like, you're there to practice. It is a range. You bring your own clubs. Why wouldn't you bring your own
Well, that's
clubs?
different.
It's not like you're
If
bowling
you're
and you don't bring your own ball, and it's just like
if
everyone's
you're
just
going
jumping all over it.
if you're going to like practice and you're not just having fun at Top Golf with like a group of people, you're going to like practice or you're doing video content like Grant is or something. That's different. Yes, I would bring my clubs then,
Well, and that's
but
what
I
I said.
wouldn't.
That's kind of one of the comments that I said about like, hey, if you're in a social gathering or if it's a work, kind of get everyone together.
No,
Not everyone golfs. Everyone's there to, just hang out, drink,
have
and
fun
eat.
drinking. Yeah, no,
Are
I'm not
you
bringing
going to
my
be the
clubs.
one guy that brings your clubs? Like,
Absolutely not. No,
yeah, and
absolutely not.
everyone is just like, you bring your own clubs. I'm like, really?
No, I'm
And
of the
even
belief
like
of not bringing it in that aspect. No.
like Colin, the guy that we golf with on Sundays, he was telling me that they went to Top Golf for his work, and my first thing was like, "Oh, please don't tell me you brought your clubs." And he's like, "No, I called my boss and I asked him. I was like, should I bring my clubs?" And I'm like, "Dude, don't be that guy." And his boss told him, "No, don't bring your clubs." But
Yeah.
dude, everyone on the comment field, I mean, that thing has got so many comments. 99% is bring your clubs. And it's like, why
Well,
wouldn't
I
you bring your
understand
club?
because Top
Why
Golf has
wouldn't you
shitty
bring your
clubs.
glove? you
Yeah,
know. Yeah, but they also have shitty balls. So I mean,
yeah.
what are you really working on? I mean, are you there really to work on your swing and your
Well,
game,
yeah. I mean, you still
or are
work on
you
your
there
swing
to
better
just,
with clubs, but
you know,
no, I think if
I
you're
don't
there
know.
to practice, if you're there to practice or you're doing content or something like that, then yeah, you bring your clubs. But if you're there in a social setting, no, absolutely not.
So yeah, and then everyone jumped on me because I was like, I'm not bringing my $1,100 driver to Top Golf to hit shitty balls, and so everyone was jumping on me about,
Yeah, but the
I don't
balls
have
doesn't mean
a
anything because what about
every, well, because I don't want the ball to. I don't use range balls on my driver either.
you
Um,
don't?
no, not on my driver. So everyone's like, "Oh, you don't have an 1,100. How's There's drivers for 500." I'm like, guys, there's shafts, upgrades, and everything else. It's $1,100. So if you bring your clubs, do you let other people hit your clubs? Because you're
No.
the guy that brought your clubs.
Well, I would let people hit my irons, but not my driver,
So
not the
you're gonna say,
metals.
no, you can't use my driver.
Yeah, I've
They
done that
go to grab
before.
your they go to grab your driver, and you're like, no, hey,
Well, first off, this is move anyway because I would never bring my clubs to Topgolf with a group of friends like that. But I've been to like the range before, and friends have asked me, "Hey, can I swing your clubs? Can I try your clubs or something like that?" And I've said, "Yeah," but not with my driver.
huh.
Yeah,
All right. See, I would be selective. Like, I've let Colin and I've let like Jay swing my driver, but I also know that if they do something, that they can afford to replace it and fix, and they would fix it, right? I don't
yeah,
want some random schmuck swinging my driver and saying, "Oh, I broke it. Here you go."
yeah.
Mm,
Obviously, yeah.
end up wrapping it around his
No,
neck.
I don't think I'd let a
So,
random person do it, like some stranger swing my stuff. No.
or no, but I mean just one of your buddies. You know,
Yeah, I've let them
say
use my
say.
irons, but I've never let them use my driver.
Mm.
Maybe one of them, but even
I
then,
was gonna
I
say
don't think so.
your worst buddy that sucks at golf the worst, and he sees you striping the driver. He says,
He
"Hey, let
knows.
me hit your driver."
No, no, he knows better than to ask. He knows that he's not going to. He knows he doesn't get
What
to.
about on the course?
No, he still knows that he doesn't get to.
Still
Yeah,
no? Oh, okay. All
yeah.
right.
Because I've been asked mostly on the court. Well, not mostly, but I've been asked on the course before too. I said, no, you're not using it. You got to use someone else's. But I mean, my clubs are also going to, well, they were, not anymore, but they were more expensive than their clubs too. So there's that.
Right.
And we were in college.
Right.
They're not, well, their parents would probably be okay, maybe, but,
Yeah.
or they would save up for it and figure it out. But no, I don't think they don't just have
Yeah.
that in the bank to pay for it.
So that yeah, it was just I was just really surprised about the number of comments and the number of comments that were towards me about, what am I thinking about, why wouldn't, they almost, it was like I'm an idiot for asking that question. I was like, just posting a video asking the question. I didn't think it was going to
Yeah,
get this much, you know, but it's one of my best videos. So, hey, all right. Um, but no, I wanted to see what your take was on that about, Top Golf or, whatever, if you,
yeah,
bring your clubs to that. So, all right. I think that's it for sports. We got anything else for sports?
yep,
Um,
I think so.
okay. What about entertainment? You got the Grammys that, or the
Oscars.
Oscars that
Yep,
happened
went
last week.
as went as predicted, except for one thing.
Oppenheimer and Barbie and all that kind of. I mean,
Yeah,
so
Barbie. I think Barbie won
is
like
it
one thing, but
is it Barbenheimer or Oppenbarbie?
I've only heard really Barbieheimer, or whatever they call it. Technically, Barbie
Barbenheimer,
made
right?
more. Oppenheimer won all the Oscars, but Barbie made more money.
So yeah, that was one of the things. Isn't that what Ryan Gosling like? You guys wrote our coattail, so it should be
Yeah, yeah.
Barbenheimer.
When they were joking about it and
Yeah,
everything. Yeah,
yeah. So, Jimmy Kimmel, how do you
yeah.
think? Safe, good,
He was all
did his
right. He was
job.
fine. He did fine. He's just
I
not very. I just don't find
yeah,
him that funny, to be honest. But
yeah. But
he didn't
what do
really
you? That's a
provide a
tough
lot.
gig, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
hosting any award show is tough. Yeah,
obviously you saw, Joe Coy. I mean, that, I mean, what do you try to do on those? I mean, you try to, even like you got Chris Rock, know, hopefully you just
yeah,
don't get slapped or something, so I
yeah.
mean, what do you just try not to stir the pot somewhat and hopefully some of your jokes land and call it good and not
I
stir
don't
up too
know.
much controversy or,
I could never imagine doing it, honestly. I would never, like,
I mean, it's got to be a tough gig. Definitely a tough gig.
there's no part of me that it just doesn't
Because
seem like it'd
I
be
don't think you
enjoyable.
win. I
No,
don't think there's a way that you can win out of that. So,
no, no.
but
But
um,
he was hardly noticeable for me. I was paying
maybe
attention
that's
to
good.
everything else.
Maybe that's even
Could be,
better.
could be.
If
Yeah,
if
I
he's
was
not
focused on the movies and the,
yeah, if
yeah,
he's not in the headlines and he's not the main part of the show and the awards and people that won the awards are part of the show. Maybe that's
yeah,
even better. So,
yeah. I think
what
he
were
was
you
perfectly
surprised
safe
about?
in
You
that
said?
regard. The Best Actress award. It went to Emma Stone. I
Oh,
think
I did
deservedly.
see that.
I haven't seen the film, but I've heard only great things about her performance.
I
But
did
I was
hear
surprised it didn't go
I
to
did hear great things.
Lily Gladstone. I thought it was a lock done deal for her. Like she was going to end up winning it.
And I
Um,
still haven't seen either one of Oppenheimer or Barbie, obviously, or
yeah,
any
Lily
of the other
Gladstone was in
shows that.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, you said you went and saw. What did you see at the movies a couple weeks ago?
So I saw Dune too. Was what I saw a couple weeks ago.
Dune. So
I saw it last
yeah.
week. Yeah, at the Chinese
How was
theater.
that?
It was cool. Saw the red carpet.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you? You went down there?
Yeah, I went down there, saw the red carpet when I went to go see the movie. I went down on Saturday night. Um,
Yeah.
uh, was it Saturday night? Or it was Friday night actually. It was Friday night when I went down there, and oh man, whole streets closed off.
Really?
Like pretty much all of Hollywood Boulevard's closed off. Yeah, so the traffic all behind me on Franklin and
Oh,
Highland and all that was a mess. Was a complete mess, and it was jam packed there. There were so many people. The theater was completely full, but then there's just people everywhere walking around. It was
see,
so
that's
crowded.
yeah. But
It was
how?
pretty
What was that
crazy.
environment like?
It was cool. It was cool to see
Yeah.
all the people, and it
Yeah.
was cool to see the red carpet because, like you blatantly saw the red carpet. It was pretty
You saw
cool.
the red carpet. You saw probably the statues and all that kind of stuff that they probably had out or
No, there were no
decorations. And,
statues, but you could see like the
oh,
decorations. The statues weren't up
yeah.
yet. I
Yeah.
think they were waiting till
Uh,
probably the next day to do it. Um, but yeah,
uh,
you saw the decorations and stuff like
yeah.
that.
Some jackass would probably vandalize it or
Yeah,
do
they were
something
probably
to it.
waiting to
So
do that. But it was
yeah.
pretty cool
Huh.
there. But I don't know though, because there's security everywhere. But yeah, it was
Could
pretty
you get
cool.
close to the theater?
I was in the theater.
I mean, like to the red carpet. I mean, you could. I mean,
Oh yeah,
obviously you
it's
couldn't step on the red carpet,
like
could you?
no, it's like it's in a cover, so they like cover up part of the street, everything, and that pretty
Yeah.
much, and that's where the red carpet is, and it's in like this big tent kind of thing.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
And so like tents right here, and then you see through the tent, so there's red carpet and everything right along the
Oh,
sidewalk that you're walking on. So yeah, pretty cool.
and you didn't want to go down there Sunday night?
Oh God, no, because first off, they closed off. Like my street was completely closed off.
Oh,
Because
really?
yeah, because I left and went to go pick up some food, and
Oh,
it was like noon, I think, when I left. Um, and my street's completely like I got outside, I
on
pulled out of the
Sunday?
garage. Yeah, I pulled out of the garage and didn't see any cars parked. I was like, what the hell's going on? That's crazy. And then I realized that they closed off the streets and they have like traffic monitors and everyone, like traffic officers. They're like guiding everyone through. Franklin was a mess still,
Jesus.
and yeah, it's pretty wild. It's crazy how big of a disturbance this award show really causes,
Holy smokes.
but it was cool
Yeah, but
still.
just it's pretty cool about just like how many people were probably down there and just checking it all out and
Oh,
the looky loos. I mean,
it was
I would
raging because
totally be in that. Yeah, I would totally be in that group of just walking around looking and all that kind
even
of
by
stuff.
me,
So
like you can hear everyone cheering and shouting. You can hear the
Oh,
helicopters
really?
flying over. Yeah,
Oh,
it's pretty
dude,
crazy. It's pretty
we didn't
hectic.
go down there
But you can't see anything unless you like camp out there by the red carpet tent.
by the
If
tent.
you just pull
Yeah.
up there, you're not getting near the tent. You can't see. It gets blocked off.
Huh.
And there's so many people there, you can't see over everyone. So it's pretty chaotic.
But how do like all the limos and where do they all go?
There's
Dropping
like
people off.
on, I think they designate like one part of the street that, like one
Oh,
on one of the streets where people can go. And that's kind of where the drop off pickup
God,
thing, yeah.
they close that thing pretty much all off then. That whole section is just pretty much off limits.
That section in front of the Chinese theater is complete, and Dolby Theater is completely closed off. Yeah,
Jesus.
pretty
Hmm.
crazy.
Wow.
And like
Well,
the
that's
movie
cool that
theater
you were able to.
doesn't have any showings on Sunday at all. Like
I wouldn't
it's not
think
showing
it
any movies.
would. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, like it's pretty crazy. Um, but yeah,
Wow. That's
it
pretty
was
cool.
cool to see.
Was that your first time there at the theater?
That was my first time. Yep,
How was that?
first time. Theater's pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like yeah, I mean it's not
But I mean,
tacky, but it's pretty unique. It's crazy.
and it's
Like walking
iconic
in,
though,
because
right? I mean,
technically,
it's,
yeah, because
yeah.
technically there's seven or yeah seven like theaters, but there's only one like main room, and that's where they were showing the
Right.
film that I went to go see. Was
Hmm.
inside the main building with like the actual Chinese theater, and it was pretty cool. It's cool to go in there. It's huge. It was completely full. Like it was completely
Wow.
sold out. The theater,
What time was it that you went?
9:55 p.m.
At night?
and it was still yeah on a Friday, and it was still completely full.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's a 2 hour and 45 minute movie.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
A
and it's
three
still
hour
completely
movie? Are you
full.
serious?
Yeah, and it's still
And it
completely
was a
full. It's pretty cool.
9:55?
Yeah, yeah.
So 12:55 you're out of that thing?
Oh yeah, by
12:30?
the time I got home, it was one something.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
Jesus.
Because that was the other thing. Like there's a parking garage right next to the Chinese theater, but it closes at 12:30. So nobody that went to go see the movie was able to park there. So I had to park all the way off
Oh.
on the Highland and then walk over. So yeah, by the time I
Jeez.
walked over and everything, it was got home. It was one something. Pretty
And
crazy.
then were there still people out on the strip when you got out of the theater? Or?
No, 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 no,
Oh,
not really.
really?
It was a little more. It was a little more dead. Yeah,
Huh.
it was
Wow.
a little less activity. Yeah.
But what about when you were going at 9:55? Was there a lot of
Oh,
activity?
it was a mess. It was a
So when
mess.
does
There
that
was
place
people
kind of
all the
like
time.
shut down then?
I don't know. I don't know when it kind of died down.
Dies off? Huh.
I can't. I couldn't tell, but it wasn't too busy because I think also because um like the mall that's connected to like the Dolby Theater and the Lowe's and all that stuff
Yeah.
that also closes at a certain time too. So I think that
Yeah, they
being closed kind of
closed.
I think
What
it has
time
to
did
close
they
at
close?
12:30 probably same time as garage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that also
I think some of those
contributed to
stores might have closed earlier than that because
probably
when
maybe
we
even
were
earlier.
down
Yeah,
there, a lot of the stores were closed. There was only a
yeah,
couple places that were open. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, most of the stuff was closed already. So,
yeah.
huh,
So
that's pretty cool though.
it was cool.
All right, so anything else on entertainment?
No, not really.
So we're gonna do this. It's gonna be a new segment. It's called "Be Better,"
Okay,
and so this is where you get to put a person or a team or whoever that did
okay,
something that they got to be better.
okay.
So I'll lead it off like Kim Mulkey and her comments about um, Camila Cardoso. Wish she would have pushed Angel Reese
Yeah.
instead of the Flo J. Johnson.
So the smallest person on their team. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good
I
point.
don't. Yeah, but here's my other part. Angel Reese, you got to be better because where were you at?
Yeah,
She was down at the other end of her bench,
yeah,
furthest point away. So she wanted no part of that whatsoever. And then Kim Mulkey, I don't think you make that comment. You got Don Staley saying, "Hey, we apologize. It's not what we are. It's not who we are." And then you got Kim Mulkey making comments of, "I wish you would have pushed Angel Reese."
Yeah,
So it's like you're almost condoning and wanting a fight versus someone saying, "Hey, this isn't the right thing for the game." So Kim
yeah.
Mulkey, you got to do better.
But she also
Angel Reese,
said, but she also said after too that the refs are at fault too, right? She said that they didn't get in check earlier, and then if they did, that wouldn't have happened,
well,
right?
because one of the refs I saw once it started getting um, busy in that group,
Yeah.
one of the reps bounced out and kind of
Well,
backed
there's
off
that, but I
to,
just mean like in the
you
game
know,
because it was a physical game. I think.
well, that's the other, that's what my other point was. Angel Reese, you got to be better because you can't be pulling someone's hair when they're going for a rebound.
Yeah.
And the refs, you got to be better because you have to see that. I saw it on national TV. You can't tell me that two other refs, one in the middle and one on that sideline, didn't see Cardoza's head being pulled back by Angel
Yeah.
Reese. So Angel
Yeah.
Reese, you got to be better for that, and you got to be better for not standing up for your teammates and being the furthest person away. And then, did you see her comment about
No.
her status? She's
No, I didn't
all
see.
with someone with my status. I can't be involved in that type. So that was just like
I get that point too, though.
WTF? No one else did. It's like, what do you mean your status? You got Haley Van Lith, who's probably half the size of Cardosa, getting in her face, and then
Yeah.
even Flo J. Johnson. I think everything would have been fine until she did the shove and then the elbow to the throat. That I don't think was needed. I think she just should have been ejected after that. And then her
Yeah.
brother, you got to be better because your ass has to be in the stands, not coming over um, the booth and then getting on the court.
Yeah. Fans need to be fans.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So just because your sister got pushed, and then she got pushed for a reason, it wasn't like she didn't get pushed for a reason. It was the
Yeah.
flying elbow is what she got pushed for.
Yeah.
So there was a couple. My biggest thing was Don Staley. I think did it right. People on the LSU side did not do it right. You know,
Yeah.
obviously, it's a heated game. Refs, you got to be better because you got to be more in control. That should have never even got to that point, right?
Yeah.
So, San Francisco Giants, we kind of talked about this. The way they treated J.D. Davis, you got
And
to do
Brandon
better.
Crawford. Yeah.
And Brandon Crawford. We kind of talked about that last time. I didn't like the whole let Brandon Crawford go type of deal. But
I don't mind
the way
letting
you
him
guys
go,
did
but
it,
you got to do it better.
yeah, the way you guys did it
The way you do
and
it.
just
Yeah.
letting J.D. Davis go, you got to be better. Um,
Yeah.
My other one was Paul Azinger about his comments about Liv being qualifying or PGA being a qualifier. I get what you're saying, but I'm on the fence on that. But I still think you got to be better on. Do you really want to say that?
You don't just get to jump ship and then talk shit after you jump ship.
Yeah, Taylor Gooch. That was
Ah,
who
yeah.
it
It
was
was
that
Gooch.
said it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was Gooch. Um, Entertainment wise, on you got to be better. There was something else on NFL. Oh, Bears. You still got to be better on doing something. Make a decision. Make a
I
decision
think,
on what you're going to do for quarterback.
well,
You
yeah,
know.
obviously. I also think Saquon, you have to be better too. I think it's dirty to go to the
Oh,
Eagles. You can't go to your
and then
biggest
him and the
division
whole
rival, one of your biggest division
Tiki
rivals.
Barber, kind of getting
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people go from division teams to in division teams. I get that, but have a
Yeah, but
little
you can't go to
class
your
and
rival. Yeah.
yeah,
There's
you
there's
know.
other teams that would have paid you money. And also, this came
Um,
after he said that he wanted to stay in New York too.
yeah. So, and I think there was some feuding going on, so that's why I was like, oh, I'll just go to the Eagles and f you
Yeah,
guys,
that's
you know.
foul. Yeah, I
So,
don't approve of that.
um, oh, my other one was, and we kind of talked about this before. Anthony Davis, you got to be better. Stop
Well,
being
he didn't do
soft
anything.
serve ice cream and
Yeah.
be better. Be a better basketball. Be a center. Be someone that can dominate.
Okay, okay,
You are
okay.
not dominating.
Let me stop you because a guy who's averaging 25, 12, and 4 is dominating and has played all but 6 games is dominating. Just because he's
But
had
someone
bad
that
matchups
can't
against
defend
one guy,
Sabonis,
yeah, but that's
yeah, but
also one of the best centers in the
it's
league
not like that.
too. So
He's good, but he's not great. Would you put him up with a? If you were to compare those two, you would put Sabonis and Davis neck and neck.
right now, yeah, they're up there. They're close. They're closer than like 80 being close to Joel
Hmm.
or Joker.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're more on that tier than like the Joker, Joel, Giannis tier.
Okay. Maybe
So
I got
I
to be
mean,
better on that one. I don't know. I just
so
think
I
he's
think
soft.
we got to ease up a little bit on that one.
Yeah, but I think you're
I
being a
mean I
homer.
agree. Well, part of me is, but also I agree. You can't be 0 and 10 against one guy. That's insane.
Yeah.
Be 0 and 10 against one guy. That is ridiculous.
And then MLB free agents, you got to be better because right now you shouldn't be not having a team right now. You know.
Yeah,
So
I think MLB
you
teams
know,
have to be better too. We might as well put them both at fault.
Boris and his camp, and then the teams. Yeah, you guys all got to be better. You can take what the NFL is doing and kind of use that as a you know way to do it type of deal.
Yeah.
I think that was it for sports entertainment, and this is kind of entertainment, but kind of not. Kate Middleton with her Photoshop of pictures
Oh yeah,
that
she
she did.
photoshopped like the British Mother Day pictures or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to be better because you got to know that people were
Princess.
gonna
Yeah,
find out, and you can't be doing that type of stuff and thinking that you're gonna get away with that. I mean, come
yeah,
on.
it's pretty crazy.
So, I
That is
mean,
pretty crazy.
again, I mean, is it really a big issue? It's probably not that big of an issue, but I think you got to be better that you thought you were gonna, make that pass.
Well, get a better photo editor.
Well, it says she's saying it was her. She's trying this photo editing stuff.
Oh, is
Which,
that what she's saying? Oh, that's
yeah.
terrible.
Well,
So
and then
dumb.
you don't have people to do that for you. Come on.
Yeah, I don't understand. Well,
So
whatever.
so that was my entertainment part slash is like Kate Middleton. You got to be better than that. So but yeah. So that's what I have for you got to be better segment. So you got anyone that I know I just kind of threw this on you tonight, but you got anyone else that you could throw in?
Off the top of my head, anyone else to add in to throw? Oh, yeah, Matt Fitzpatrick. Matty Fitz definitely has to be better because he was having driver struggles all season, and it's because apparently he added extra weight to the handle or the shaft of his clubs and did it for his whole bag, and it ended up not working out. So he got rid of them, but forgot to do it for the driver. So he's been
Oh, I did
struggling with
hear
the
about that.
driver. Yeah, I saw this from another report, Game Rap report, I think it was. Um, so he's been struggling with his driver because he's had a weight in it this whole time apparently, and now he's top 5 on the table at this tournament. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. But if that is true, you have to be better. How do you not remember to take that weight out? It's
Well, what
insane.
about your caddy? What about your team too on that? I mean, isn't there? I mean,
Anyone, yeah, that's insane to
someone's got
me.
to be like, hey, did we check this? It's like,
Yeah, I
what are
think
we
that's
doing?
crazy. But that's all I have for right now. Yeah.
So for you guys, we'll close out the segments and we'll just, we'll do the segment of you got to be better. And this is kind of, what we're talking about, just stuff that, people do that, or organizations or teams that people do that, is wrong and they should be doing something better. So that's what this was about. I thought about this the other day and I was like, oh, we should tie that into the podcast. So it'd be something, entertaining and fun. So, all right. If you guys got nothing else, that's all I got. Hopefully you
Yep.
guys like what we shot out today. So hit that subscribe and that like button, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.